Hello guys, welcome back to my Vlogmas. I think I'm gonna keep this tradition of talking about games that annoy me or well that I haven't LP'd. So let's continue after Test Drive Unlimited 2 to Dragon Age 2. A lot of people get blinded by this game, but okay, let's just start with a quick rundown. I don't think that Dragon Age 1 was as good of a game as people thought it was. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, I'm just saying it's kind of a game. It's not really entertaining. I almost played through it. I think I stopped somewhere around the uh, end or close to the end. And yeah, I just thought it was too generic, it didn't have anything that kept me interested. I mean, characters were kind of boring, most of them at least. Battles and the system, RPG elements were kind of there, but not really interesting again. I don't know, I just got bored of that game. It looked so, again, so it didn't have anything special. So along comes Dragon Age 2, and people go haywire that this is awesome and it's an improvement on the old formula that was awesome as well, and stuff like that. I know I'm gonna make some people angry with this video. I know that a lot of you probably love Dragon Age and Dragon Age 2, but I have to say Dragon Age Origins first, well, the biggest selling point was the multiple beginnings that you could play through, and yes, it was awesome that you could play through those, but yeah, the whole game itself was based on this idea and didn't really pan out the way it should have. And it had the same problems as this game, and this game has even more problems. So, yeah, the game still is kind of eh. The characters are Dragon Age 2 I'm talking about, not Origins anymore. So, let me sit a little closer to you guys. So, yeah, Dragon Age 2 starts off boring and begins boringness. Graphically, it's pretty ugly. I mean, most of the textures are to blame basically, because you can see it was ported from a console and textures are just so blurry and ugly that and bland. They are just textures, and yeah, it really detracts from the game, because other than that, the designs, the armor designs, the world, and the redesign of the Qunari and other creatures look pretty good, I think. Still bloody, which is still annoying, but you know, when cutscene comes and your character is all bloody and talks shit. But yeah, anyway. Uh, yeah, characters in the game, they are still nothing basic archetypes that you've seen in every single fucking game you ever played. And yeah, some of their stories are interesting, but I mean, seriously, the dwarf is the most interesting character in the game, and that's sad. That's kind of sad. Uh, you have the young, naive elf girl that is doing something that she shouldn't be doing. You have the sexy piratess that is very tough, and once you have sex with everything, you have the, and of course independent, and you have the dark, broody elf dude and a sensitive mage type and the really tough girl who wants to be tough, but yeah, it's the same archetypes that you've seen a million times, and it's not really improving. Right. Uh, the story itself in the game, as far as I have played it, it's all side quests. I have played it 16 hours. I have been in the deep roads, and I have done some few more main mission quests, but I can safely say it's not epic at all. And I mean, fantasy games should have some sort of emergent storyline, some sort of I don't know, some sort of greatness to them. This is just ordinariness all over it. Yes, you are an awesome killer who murdered a million dudes, but still, it's just for loot, the main quest. I mean, you deal with these factions around the city, and I mean, there's one city in the game, and that's it. From the 2 hour mark, I think I have not seen a single environment that I haven't been in, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So, yeah, the story is nothing. You basically do side quest after side quest after side quest. Each has its different story, but it's all side quest until you stumble upon a main quest and you do it, and it's basically a side quest all over again, but it ties into a little bigger story. But I mean, they have written like, I don't know how many pages this should have been, but I mean, you couldn't make a complete movie out of the main plot of this game, and that's just sad. I mean, if you look at more epic RPG type of games like, I don't know, Fallouts or Arcanum or Baldur's Gate or something like that, there was a pronounced emphasis on the main story, and it had a lot of branches in it, but it was with you the whole time when you played the game. There was sort of an emergence. Emergence? Anyway, yeah, so you always felt that there's a danger around that you need to deal with, but in this game there's just nothing. You just do it for whatever reason you are doing it for, because people ask you to mostly. And yeah, the storytelling is also a bit faulty, because I feel that all the game does is you talk to someone, you go and kill a bunch of dudes, you talk to someone, you go and kill a bunch of dudes, you talk to someone, you sell the loot that you looted, you talk to someone, you kill a bunch of dudes. It all goes over and over and over again. There's just nothing else in the freaking game, just talking and killing, and there's no real cutscenes where some actiony stuff happens. I know I'm not an action maniac, I don't need murdering and jumping and I don't know, something, but it's just people standing next to each other and talking to each other almost all the time. The 0.05% that isn't like that, the cutscenes I mean, it's just too little, and yeah, I don't feel like I'm changing anything. So there's a lot of dialogue in the game. I really understand that they made a lot of dialogue, most of it is silly and most of it doesn't make sense, but not to me. It doesn't make sense in real world circumstances. But yeah, it's just talking and killing. That's all the game is. Uh, the action in the game is better than the original, but that's not much to talk about. So yeah, uh, most of the action is just pressing the same skills over and over again until people drop dead. And most of the fights, I mean, uh, some dudes attack you. Let's just say after a cutscene you angered 3 or 4 mercenaries. It happens in the beginning. You anger them and they want to kill you. Sure, there's like 5 of them. Okay, start whacking them in the head with my sword. They start dying. And as they start dying, more appear with more health, but the same dudes basically, but more health. And they attack me, and I kill a bunch of them. And again, more dudes arrive with even bigger health, and you have to kill them. And after you're done, again, cutscene. You talk, you talk, you talk, you talk, you talk. And it's not particularly interesting talking. Most of the time, it's just exposition, moving the plot forward, or explaining stuff that you should know if you were there, but you're not. And yeah, and back to the talking. I mean, there's like 3 options in the fucking dialogue tree. Let's just say there's a good option, there's a funny option or sarcastic option or something like that, and there's a grungy, mean option that, and basically it's the Mass Effect kind of deal where you can't really say what your character is gonna say and how they're gonna react to it. It's just along the lines of it's like 2 or 3 words maximum summarized down there, but I happened upon a lot of situations where my character didn't say what I wanted him to say or her to say because she actually doesn't say what is written down there. She says what she wants to, basically, along the lines of evilness, goodness, or sarcasticness. And I don't like this system. I didn't like it in Mass Effect 2, but at least there was something more to that game than just this. And there's nothing more to Dragon Age 2 than talking and killing. I'm running out of time and I still have so many things to talk about, so yeah, fuck YouTube for not giving me a more than 15-minute upload still. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be back with part 2 of picking on Dragon Age 2.